Hey there, this is Rainna, and I welcome you to Reflect with me and Reflecting with Rainna. This is a journal-style microcast where I reflect on faith, family, and everything in between. I will talk about things that may be unique to me or entirely relatable to you. You can join in on the discussion by emailing the show at reflectingwithrainna@gmail.com or tweeting the show at Rainna Reflects on Twitter. And you can find my show notes and everything else at reflectingwithrainna.com. So today is November 29th, 2020. And my entry for today is we have finally got the chance to head outside and tackle some yard work before the snow hits later this week. We have been under some gloomy days, like abnormally gloomy, like looking outside and there's just like so cloudy and all the trees are that wet, dark wood. And it's like windy sometimes, and everything's wet and soggy, and it's cold, and you're like, ugh. It's like right in the middle of a nice fall day and snow. It's like all that ugh in between. So when today hit, and it was sunny, we're like, yeah, we got to get outside and get some of this yard work done because we're supposed to get snow next week, and I would like to not have a bunch of they call it kitty litter. It's like where your kids have the weird broken toys from the summer, the trucks with one tire on it and broken shovels and cat food container and paper that blew into your yard, all that weird stuff. You kind of don't want to have that collection. And yeah, everything looks amazing when snow covers everything and it's beautiful and it's white, but when it melts, you look like your yard is a hot mess, okay? So we wanted to pick up all that kitty litter, all the whatever has blown into our yard from the neighbors, and just everything in between. So I started with the front porch. I swept it off. I took care of everything. I made sure our cat's little winter home was all... We have an outside cat named Richie, and I thought I'm going to make Richie this adorable little cabin out of, all the Amazon boxes that I've acquired through this quarantine lifestyle we have. So I made him this little house, and I filled it up with some cushions and Blinky, and he's nice and ready to go. And I swept everything off, and then I thought I'd start to work on the front walk, and I'm sweeping and raking all the leaves off the walk, and then as I was making my way to the driveway, my foot lands in this hole, and it's not just a little hole, it was like a crater, and I was like, whoa, and it had leaves on it, so I wouldn't even have known, and I was like, wow. And I said to my family, I was like, my husband and my kids are out there, I was like, man, there's a hole here, somebody had totally hurt their self in this hole, and we have delivery people coming up, and I thought, geez, I don't want to have a UPS person or the mailman twist his ankle in this dumb hole. So I was like, well, my husband scoffs and he's like, well, you're watch out for that one, and 3 more in the yard. Our son has been making holes in the yard all summer, and I have found at least 3 of them. So he apparently has gotten quite acquainted with these holes in our yard. And I was like, why hasn't even anybody told me that our yard is turning into Swiss cheese and it's not like the moles that you get in the yard, like the little squishy ground. These are full-blown craters. They just sneak up on you in your leg. If you have weak ankles, good luck, So I was like, I looked at my 7-year-old son and I was like, well, I guess it's time for you to finish your job. We need to go out in the woods, fill up a bucket of dirt and go and fill these holes in. We cannot have these holes through our yard. And I said, somebody's definitely going to get hurt. So let's go. So we went and my husband took them and filled up this bucket and showed them where to get the dirt and filled the bucket up. And then they went and filled in this big hole. And just as the sentence left my mouth saying, yeah, we should fill this up and finish your job, it hit me. The Bible verse, Philippians chapter 1, verse 6, and this is out of the ESV, and it says, and I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. And that hit me. Each of us may feel incomplete, like little empty holes in our yard. From time to time, we just have those days where we just feel like we're missing something, we're empty, we're sad. We don't feel like we're spinning our wheels. We don't feel like we're accomplishing anything. We just feel empty, like little empty holes. But we must not forget that we are a work in progress, that God has began a great work in each of us, and He will complete it. He will never leave us feeling empty. The enemy may talk smack to you and make you feel like you are incomplete and that you are somehow defective, or you may have felt like somebody has left you empty, left you feel like a hole, and you don't know how to get yourself back, and you don't even know where to begin. Well, you begin with our Heavenly Father. He knows what's best for us, and He is continually working on us and fixing us and filling us up, and He is doing it according to His plan and on His timing. So you just take peace, and you know that, things might not make sense, things might not feel right, but you are a work in progress, and it is on His timing. So just always remember that He loves us, and He will never leave us, and He will never forsake us, and that He will complete us. He will fill up our God-shaped hole. So don't you forget that. Don't you forget it. So God bless you, and you have a great day. And until my next entry, Rainna out.